You go through your days doing everything you are supposed to do, yet deep inside you feel something is missing. You laugh, you talk, you stay busy, but there is a quiet emptiness that never truly leaves. This emptiness is not sadness, it is your soul reminding you that you are living away from your true self. The world teaches you how to survive, not how to be connected. From a young age, you are trained to chase approval, success, and security. Slowly, without even noticing, you begin to hide your real feelings and your real dreams. You start becoming what the world expects instead of who you really are, and in that process, you lose touch with your inner truth. Your soul never stops calling you. Even when you ignore it, even when you keep moving, even when you pretend you are fine, that inner voice remains. It speaks through tiredness, restlessness, and that strange feeling of being lost even when everything looks normal. That feeling is not weakness, it is awareness trying to wake you up. Most people do not realize how tired they truly are. Not the kind of tired that sleep can fix, but the kind that lives deep inside the heart. It comes from carrying expectations, pretending to be okay, and living a life that does not feel like your own. You keep moving, but your soul feels heavy. You try to distract yourself with noise, with work, with conversations, with screens. But when everything becomes quiet, the weight returns. That is because you are not exhausted from doing too much, you are exhausted from being someone you are not. Inside you, there is a softer, truer version of yourself that wants to breathe freely. But the world taught you to be strong instead of real, busy instead of peaceful. So you learn to survive while slowly forgetting how to feel alive. That inner heaviness is not a problem to fix. It is a message to listen to. It is your soul asking you to slow down, to look inward, and to come back to who you were before the world told you who to be. There is a quiet voice inside you that never stops speaking. It does not shout, it does not beg, it simply waits. This voice shows up in moments of stillness, in the strange feeling that something in your life is not aligned. It is the part of you that knows who you truly are. Many people ignore this voice because the world is loud. Responsibilities, fears, and expectations drown it out. But no matter how much you try to silence it, it returns. That is because this voice is not your mind, it is your soul. Your soul is not asking you to change everything overnight. It is only asking you to be honest with yourself. To admit what feels heavy, what feels wrong, and what no longer belongs in your life. When you listen to that inner truth, even gently, something inside you begins to soften. The more you listen to your inner voice, the more clear your path becomes. Confusion fades, and a quiet sense of direction appears. You may not know where it will lead yet, but you will feel that you are finally walking toward yourself. There was once a person who lived their entire life doing what everyone expected. They woke up, worked, smiled, and kept moving, but inside they felt empty. One evening, while sitting alone in silence, they realized something simple yet powerful: they had never truly asked themselves what they wanted. That moment of honesty became the beginning of their awakening. Just like that person, many of us live on autopilot. We follow routines, chase goals, and fulfill roles, but forget to check in with our own hearts. We become so used to surviving that we forget how it feels to be truly present in our own lives. Awakening does not come with loud signs. It arrives quietly, in moments when you feel tired of pretending. It comes when you finally admit to yourself that something needs to change. That small realization can open a door you never knew existed. You do not need to have everything figured out. All you need is the courage to notice what no longer feels right. That awareness is the first step back to your true self. Sometimes the hardest part of returning to yourself is letting go. Letting go of people, situations, and habits that no longer serve you. Letting go of the need to be accepted by everyone. Letting go of the version of yourself you were told to be. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means creating space for something truer, deeper, and lighter. It means honoring the voice inside you that whispers, "You deserve peace." Every small release is a step closer to freedom. You may feel fear, guilt, or uncertainty when you let go. That is natural. But trust that your soul knows the way. Trust that every letting go is a step toward remembering who you truly are. The more you release, the more room there is for clarity, joy, and alignment. Life begins to feel lighter not because things change immediately, but because your heart finally remembers how to breathe. Once you begin to let go, you start to notice something beautiful, yourself. The part of you that was buried under expectations, fears, and routines begins to resurface. You remember the small joys, the quiet moments, the things that made your heart feel light. Rediscovering yourself is not about grand changes. It is in the gentle awareness of your own presence. Feeling the warmth of sunlight on your skin. Listening to the quiet hum of life around you. Breathing without rushing. Smiling without reason. Your soul wants you to remember that you are whole, even if life made you feel incomplete. Every small act of self-awareness is a thread that reconnects you to the deeper part of yourself that has always been there. The more you reconnect, the more life begins to feel authentic. The noise fades. The heaviness lifts. And you realize that you were never truly lost, you were just waiting to return to you. There was a person who felt trapped in a life that felt heavy and meaningless. Every day was the same: work, responsibilities, expectations, and yet their soul longed for something more. One evening, while sitting by a quiet river, they noticed how the water kept flowing effortlessly around obstacles. In that moment, it hit them: life does not stop, but you can choose how you flow with it. They began to make small changes. Saying no to things that drained them. Spending time in silence. Listening to their own heart rather than everyone else's voice. Slowly, they realized that freedom was not about running away but about returning to themselves. That quiet courage became a turning point, the first step toward a life that felt alive. You too have that river inside you, flowing, persistent, guiding you back to your true self. The obstacles are not there to stop you, they are there to show you how strong your flow can be when you listen to your soul. There was a young woman who felt disconnected from her own life. She woke up, went through her routines, and went to sleep feeling invisible. One morning, while walking in a quiet garden, she noticed a small bird building its nest. Despite the chaos around, the bird kept creating, one twig at a time. She realized that even small, steady efforts could create something meaningful in her life. She began to notice the little things: the soft light in the morning, a kind smile, a quiet moment to breathe. Slowly, her life began to feel alive. That small daily awareness became a miracle she had been waiting for. The more she noticed, the more her heart opened. Life was no longer heavy, it was unfolding gently, exactly as it should. This is your reminder: even tiny, mindful actions reconnect you to your soul. Your miracle is already unfolding, you only need to notice it. True change does not happen in a moment of noise. It happens in quiet presence, in the moments when you stop rushing, stop trying to fix everything, and simply exist. Presence is not about doing more, it is about noticing more. Noticing your breath, your body, your thoughts, and the world around you. When you practice presence, life begins to shift. You start to see beauty in small things: the way sunlight dances on leaves, the rhythm of rain, the gentle hum of your own heartbeat. Even challenges become lessons, and every emotion becomes a guide rather than a burden. Being present also reconnects you with your own energy. You no longer look outside for validation or meaning, instead, you feel it within. Your heart begins to trust itself, your mind slows, and your soul feels at home again. Presence is the bridge between the life you have been living and the life you were meant to live. By now, you have walked through moments of heaviness, silence, letting go, and small awakenings. You have remembered that your soul has always been calling you, waiting for you to listen. And now, in this final part, it is time to fully return, not to the life the world told you to live, but to the life you were always meant to live. Returning to yourself does not mean escaping reality. It means embracing your true self in the midst of it. It means living with awareness, making choices from your heart, and feeling every moment deeply. When you choose this path, life begins to feel lighter, brighter, and more meaningful. You notice the beauty that was always around you. You feel the power that was always within you. Remember this: you were never meant to live in fear, in doubt, or in emptiness. You were meant to live fully, openly, and authentically. Your journey back to yourself is the most important journey you will ever take. Every breath, every thought, every step is a reminder that your soul knows the way, you just have to follow it.